Yes, the caption is correct. This is not clickbait. I have finally decided to come out and announce that I am retired formally from bodybuilding, stage competing, all of that. It's been really tough, to come out and finally announce it. I know that you guys are constantly asking me in the Q&As when my next show is going to be, and I usually skip over those, or I come up with some bullshit answer. But it is true, I am formally done. Luckily, it's not being forced upon me. It's not anything that I had to quit. I had to stop competing because of some type of health issue or health scare or anything like that. I think that it is very important for an athlete of any sport, any caliber, or anything like that. The hardest part is definitely knowing when your time is up and enough is enough. Bodybuilding in general this past year has been hit pretty hard with a lot of people passing away. And if you're not a bodybuilder right now and you're an active competitor and this is not in the back of your mind, at least, I think that you're doing yourself a disservice. I think that you're not living in the real world and you're essentially lying to yourself. I know that we all know that there's risks involved in bodybuilding and it's an extreme sport. And, we all know this. It comes with the territory type thing. But it's really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. The closest one, as you guys would know, was Carlos this year. And that really opened up my eyes to, essentially reevaluate what I'm doing. Even if can make an argument that things are not linked to the drugs involved in bodybuilding or anything like that, you still have to have that in the back of your mind. And when I was younger, I was willing to take these risks. I was willing to go all out. I was very focused on what I wanted to do on stage and what I wanted to accomplish on stage. And as you get older, the more time that you do this, you kind of have time to reevaluate your life choices, your life goals, and you kind of have to weigh out, is bodybuilding something that I want to be defined as, or are there other things in life that I don't want to take for granted because of bodybuilding? And I think that that's the point that I was at the majority of this year. Let alone I had injuries that, I had my knee injury, I had other things going on that would affect my bodybuilding if I wanted to continue. But it's been in the back of my mind, and it's been something that I've been battling with this past year. One thing that I've had a lot of trouble with, and I know that for those that have retired or stepped away from bodybuilding or are thinking of stepping away of bodybuilding, I think that the hardest part, at least for me, was realizing and accepting the fact that I am always going to be a shadow of what I used to be. And dealing with how other people were going to see me and expecting something and then reality is something else. And I think that a lot of top level bodybuilders that have competed over the years that have retired or stepped away from the stage, I know that you guys can relate to this. And I'm going to assume that it's a normal feeling. I'm not going to be 210 pounds anymore in the off season, squatting X amount of weight and deadlifting X amount of weight and pushing my body to the absolute limit. And that was hard. That was really hard. You know, you get depressed. All of these feelings, I'm sure, are very normal, and it's not only bodybuilders that deal with this. You know, I'm assuming that other athletes of other sports also deal with the same issue. You know, acceptance is very difficult, and I think that it wasn't too long ago that I finally accepted the future of what I was going to look like and how I felt in my approach to training and nutrition. And I could still do all those things. Very blessed to still be able to do those things. You know, I have the knee injury. I can still train though. I can still do cardio. I can still do everything. But you're always going to be a shadow of what you used to be. And for some, it's a lot harder than others. I think I'm leaving at the perfect time. You know, it's my decision. It's my choice. I wasn't forced out of this, and I don't feel like I was ever forced to compete. I did it on my own. You know, I started when I was 17 years old. I'm 33 now, and my health this year has been the best that it's ever been. Now, we could talk about mental health is a lot different, but my markers, blood work and everything have been very good. And I think that it would be a disservice, and it would be, it just wouldn't be smart to finally have at least for me, my best health in the last 10 years and then destroy it again. Because I want to be selfish and I want to prep for a show. That would be a disservice to my friends, my family, and myself. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. You know, if you're thinking about, you know, leaving bodybuilding, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. I mean, everybody has their own reasons why they stop competing or end up doing a show or anything like that. And, you know, I'm not in your guys' heads or anything like that, but I do know that there's going to be a time and a place where you're going to have to step away, and you're going to have to realize, you know, the realities of stepping away and how you're going to feel. And it's tough. It's not easy. And I just quickly wanted to, you know, thank all those that have been by my side throughout my entire career. You know, my parents, definitely my parents. And all my trainers throughout the years that have taught me, Yano Garcia, Stan McQuay, Andrew Vu, Johnny D, the late Matt Porter, and Carlos. You know, all of you guys have been by my side throughout the better part of a decade, you know, learning from you guys, and I've learned a lot from you guys, and I just wanted to thank you that, you know, because of the things that you guys were able to help me do in my career, I'm at the point where I'm at now. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. I wouldn't. And I'm just happy that, again, I'm leaving because I'm not being forced to stop competing. I'm leaving, it's my decision, and it's on my own time that I'm deciding to step away. And again, I hope this video finds, you know, at least somebody out there that is having these same feelings, you know, not knowing what to do. And there's always a, you know, there's another life other than bodybuilding. And I know for some, they could argue that that is their life, and hey, that's on you. That's completely fine. But for me, I have other, you know, priorities, family, friends, different things that I want to now accomplish in the next step of my life, and I wouldn't be able to do it with continuing bodybuilding. And but I do think that bodybuilding would play a huge role in my success in the future. Other than that, thanks for listening, guys.